So, you know how the media always measures the credibility and how well a politician is doing based on the money that they raise, and that's their number one priority. It always has been, always, suddenly, until now. So Bernie Sanders, the first 24 hours of announcing he's running for president, raised $6 million from 250,000 small dollar donations. Next runner-up, only a measly 1.5 million. So Bernie smashed in the face all of his competitors in terms of how much money that he raised in the first 24 hours by a factor of quadruple. Holy shit. Okay, so you'd think, wow, well, the media is going to do what they've always done and give him the most credibility, say he's the front runner in this and that. And what do? Oh, his big money haul, it's no big deal. He was a one-hit wonder from 2016. Yeah, he's really got an uphill battle. I don't know if he's going to do very well. They even pinpointed the money as not being a big deal. Are you kidding? So what's different? I know what it is. I'm speculating, granted, but I'm 99.999. Fuck that. I'm 100% sure of what it is. It's the fact that Bernie did not get any of his money from corporate PACs or billionaires or big multinational corporations. It came from everyday people at an average of, get this, $27 a pop instead of millions or hundreds of thousands a pop from super PACs. That is the only explainable reason why the media is saying, oh, Bernie's big record-breaking money haul is really not a big deal. After a lifetime of always praising the politicians who raise the most money. That's the only difference. He got it from ordinary people, not super PACs. So, all of you out there, MAGA people and non-MAGA people, what does that say about Bernie? He's obviously not corrupted, and he's obviously a person that we can have honorable disagreements and agreements with. How sweet is that? That's pretty cool. So, I'll be voting for Bernie, and I'm going to do what I can to help him get elected, even if it means making cheesy little videos like this and blog posts. It's important. Now let's contrast that to President Pinocchio, a guy who promised us he would not be corrupt or on the take or legally bribed. Remember when Pinocchio was on the campaign trail, he did these mock phone calls of what it would look like between his competitors and their donors. He humiliated them. It was beautiful. It was glorious. I supported that. And then what does President Pinocchio do right after he wins? All day long, he is the cucked, embarrassing puppet that he used to rightfully mock on the campaign trail. He is actually, dollar for dollar, the most corrupt politician in America. After spending a whole campaign promising us he would never do that, he's taken more money from the establishment than anybody. Period. That's a fact. As of a couple months ago, it's over $100 million from the establishment he has taken, after promising us he wouldn't, running a whole campaign on that promise. And here's my endless frustration with MAGA people. So MAGA people will not hold him accountable to his most basic core campaign promises, and that is maddening. So MAGA people, what do you say about that? The fact that your dude spent an entire campaign promising us he would not take money from the establishment. He mocked people that do take money from the establishment. Right after he gets in, $100 million so far he's taken from the establishment, and we are still 2 years out from the next election cycle. So how do you explain that? You can either say, he lies and I don't care, and I never really believed any of that nonsense anyway about not being corrupt. Or, which would be something, okay, I hear you, disagree, but I guess you're living in reality, so that's cool. Or you can deny it, and in that case, I strongly recommend you go see a therapist to bring you back down to reality. So there you have it. That's a stark contrast between President Pinocchio and Bernie, and honestly, most of Congress and Bernie, to get away from the PACs, the super PACs, the billionaire money, and the corporate money. That's just incredible that suddenly the media, for the first time ever that I know of, they're like, yeah, so he raised a ton of money. No big deal. Well, that's a first for them. That's unknown territory. So the difference can only be it's because of the source of that money. He didn't get it from, he doesn't play ball in that circle jerk of the establishment. And the circle jerk of the establishment, three-pronged circle jerk, it's the fragmentation of billionaires who buy politicians legally, and the politicians who accept that legal bribery and the media that protects the status quo. That's the circle jerk of the establishment. Bernie ain't playing ball. So therefore, the media sees his huge, record-breaking money haul as, no big deal. Where in the past, they always gave the most credibility to the politicians that raised the most money because they got it from, the circle jerk of that establishment. Share this video. Get it out there. Bernie 2020. And if you want to see more of what I'm about, I post a little bit about politics, but mostly it's natural healing and natural health. So you might enjoy that too. TomBerkenmeyer.com. Just like it's spelled here on social media, TomBerkenmeyer.com. Well, I gotta go. Take care, everyone. Feel free to drop your comments below. I'd like to hear about what you think the reason is that media suddenly sees a politician who raised a lot of money as, no big deal. What's your interpretation of that? Do you think I'm right? Do you think I'm wrong? Something you want to add, a nuance maybe I'm missing? I'd love to hear what you think. Just drop your comments below.